Okay, Ben, I'm wondering if you have energy to kind of say what you would like to say to someone who's kind of late to the conversation, and if there's anything that would be a catch up for them.
No, I don't want to summarize what we said.
Okay. So, do you want to say where you are?
Yeah, I'm still wanting reflection on the thing I said about people in the group coming to me with their problems and me taking steps to resolve them.
I thought I had reflected that. You don't feel satisfyingly heard by me?
No.
It feels like I'm going to repeat what I said, so I don't know what to say, Ben.
I guess what I want is to find some way that can, like, does that work for you? Like, how can I do that if I'm not the group leader? That's kind of like the role of the group leader, to like resolve conflicts within the group, and that's what I've been doing.
I can tell you what comes up for me as I hear your question.
Yeah.
Well, if people just came to you and sharing issues and talking with you about it they had in the group, it seems to me like some people are acknowledging your authority and seeing you embodying that authority and trust you.
Yeah.
For me, that in itself is valuable and honorable and acknowledgeable. And I don't think what it would change. I don't know why it would change. I don't think it would change. Even if you don't say you're the leader of the group. Even if the group doesn't say you're the leader of the group.
I don't know. It seems like there should be some kind of like title or something, or like role that, like, this is the person you come to solve problems in the group. I make that explicit.
Well, first of all, I'm surprised because I'm just learning that information that people came to you this way. All right. Yeah. So in terms of being equal, I'm more unequal. I feel more unequal to you having heard that experience of yours than when it was happening without me even knowing about it.
Yeah.
So for me, I want to acknowledge that this is progress to go towards having a sense that we are more equals to each other, even if you know how to code and I don't. Even if some people chose to go to you and talk about things that happen in the group. And I don't know if people came to me to talk about things. Maybe Shifani talked about me. I'm not sure. And I don't even care to remember that. It's not that important for me that it seems it is to you. And I don't want to judge that it's important to you and I don't care. It's just we are in different places and want different things to meet our needs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to stress out the thing that, being aware of what's happening in the background and make it explicit in the group makes it available for everyone. Whether when it stays in the unexplicit and doesn't, and so it can create some kind of misunderstanding and you can have a sense of how you see yourself in the group that I don't share because I'm not aware of what you're doing. Does it make sense?
So you value making these things explicit so you can be aware of what I'm doing in the group?
There's that, yes. I want to read what you said earlier. You said you want to be trusted in your decision, in the decision you make for the group, and you also want that people share your vision, the vision you have for the group that you've been holding, and that you begin to see some of its manifestation, and you have some kind of big trust that it's going to continue to manifest.
Yeah. And there were two more things. One is that I want to engage with the archetype of the leader, and another is that I want to sort of like be explicit that people in the group can come to me for help with problems they're having in the group.
Okay, so you want to talk about, you want to engage with the archetype of leadership, personified in one person, and you want to make it explicit that people can come to you to talk about issues in the group.
Yeah.
Do you want to add something, or can I say what comes up for me hearing you?
You can say what comes up for you.
Well, I like the idea of exploring. Oh, can you hear me still?
Yeah.
My battery rate is low. I'm gonna grab my charger. So I'm finish my sentence, and I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I really want to. I love the idea of exploring with archetypes of leader. Personally, I like the idea of acknowledging different archetypes, not only the leader. And I'm interested in exploring the archetypes that would kind of reflect what the group needs and what each one of us needs. So I like that. And in terms of people making explicit that people can come to talk to you if they want to. I'm not sure I want to make it explicit for myself, but I hope that people know they can come to me if they want to as well. I guess in saying that, I'm making it explicit. So I guess at some level, I wanted to make it explicit. So, yeah. And I also have visions. I'm also carrying visions, and I'm also interested in being acknowledged of the things I do for the group. But I am interested in the idea of acknowledgement of what we envision and what decision we make for the group.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab my charm. Oh my gosh, I just realized that I don't work tomorrow. That's a relief. I'm so exhausted. Where is my charger? Okay, that's what I'm looking for. It's been tough. Since the issue came out. Whereas the act was Shifani saying you were the leader, and you saying, yes, I consider myself as the leader of the group. I'm wondering where I am right now around that act. I think things change for me, and I'm wondering if you're open for me to kind of check in where I am right now around that act, or those two acts.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. I think I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the fact that it brought up inexplicit things that were not. And I think I'm grateful for the fact that I have a better understanding of things that are important that I wasn't aware of for you. And I also grateful for the space it creates to explore more those topics of leadership, the role we want to be acknowledged for, what we do, the vision we have. I'm very excited that those things has been said. Would you like to say what you had?
You're glad that the topic of leadership and what that means to us, and you're glad we've had space to explore those topics. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I have reminded me that you felt tired, Ben. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm slightly distracted by getting messages from work every now and then because, if you call me during the day, it's sort of taken as a granted that I'm going to be at least somewhat preoccupied with work.
Okay. Thanks for telling me. That helps.
Yeah.
Give me a sense of understanding where you are. I feel mobilized to support you in doing that, holding those two things at the same time.
Yeah.
So thank you. Yeah, I guess I think I'm not sure you got that, so I want to stress it. I think what I'm saying is that in relationship to the act, Shifani saying you are, maybe the stronger one was you saying I'm the leader of the group. In relationship to that act, things evolved and I'm feeling tired because it was demanding all that happened after that. But right where I am right now is with a sense of gratitude for the spaces it created to explore topics that I'm interested in exploring.
Oh, okay. Can I reflect? I think I've got
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
So at first, when that stuff came up, you felt tired because it was very demanding. But now you're feeling grateful that it came up because it's allowing us to explore topics that are important to us.
Yeah, and the tiredness was not only when the event happened, it's since the event happened until now. I'm still tired, but also very grateful.
Oh, so you still feel tired, but also grateful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I still don't know if we're going to find a way to create space that works for you and I. But I'm glad we're talking. I'm also glad I create this space for dialogue, and I'm glad you joined it. I'm glad Celeste was here at first before you joined, and enjoyed the conversation I had with her. Yeah, so I also appreciate that these events I mentioned also made it possible for me to be clearer around what I want and what I don't want. And so I don't know what's going to come up out of that, but I'm curious.
So you don't know if we'll be able to find a space that works for both of us, and you enjoyed the conversation and you enjoyed talking to Celeste while she was here, and you're curious what's going to happen.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're here and that we have been. Reflect that.
And with that, I'm here.
Talking as we have been.
As we have been.
I experience being an equal who talks to an equal, even if I have a better understanding of what you've been experiencing and what you want. Makes more sense to me.
Yeah. I don't see me being the leader makes me any superior than you. I don't see how it makes us unequal, because being the leader is an act of service to the group.
Except if it doesn't serve me.
Sorry?
Except if it doesn't serve me.
Yeah, but why wouldn't it serve you? I'm saying, why does it make you unequal? It's an act of service to the group. It's not putting yourself above anyone. It's like being a servant to the group.
So you're expressing curiosity around why would I consider the title of leader of the group, which you consider as a service to the group, would lead me to feel less unequal to you that you consider we are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm also curious with that question. I guess, there's something else that happened when I tried to express how it was for me. There's one sentence you had, which was that you felt scared that I was going to leave so quickly on some things so trivial. And it's like, for me, what I'm looking for, it shows that what I want is and some acknowledgement that what seems trivial to me might not be for someone else, and vice versa. And so this is why I see that there's a possibility of some kind of an unbalance of power when there is this kind of impression that someone can say who's important, what's not, what's trivial and what's not. And I think that's a risk when you give someone the title of the leader. Would you like to say what you had?
You see that there's a risk of giving somebody the title leader that they decide what's trivial and what's not, and so some people's needs go unmet.
Yeah, got me.
Yeah. I guess that is a danger.
So you acknowledge that there is a danger.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a time there was a little bit of a dispute in the group between two people, and one of them was messaging me in private and telling me about the problem they were having. and I decided it wasn't worth bringing up with the other person. It wasn't worth taking it on and bringing it up with the other person, because it seemed like a mild inconvenience to the person who had the problem, and it seemed like it would be a very big conflict if I brought it up. So I guess I did make the decision that something wasn't worth pursuing, but I didn't stop that person from pursuing it on their own. They could have brought it up at any point, but I just didn't take it upon myself to sort of fight their cause.
So you're acknowledging a dynamic where you ended up deciding, making a decision based on what you consider was important or not, after having someone bringing an issue to you. And you decided not to bring it into the group, having a negative prediction that it would create bigger problems, that it was worth it. And,
Yeah.
And at the same time, you there's a part of you that thinks that it wasn't an opposition to that person bringing the topic into the group if he or she wanted to.
Yeah.
I like that you remember that experience of yours, Ben. I think it highlights the danger I was mentioning when we are someone in power. And we are people in power. We have power in our lives. So we do that at times, selecting, considering what is important to us and what's not, or what we think is important to a collective, or what's important to someone or what isn't. So we're making decisions. We're making assumptions, and sometimes those assumptions are explicitly shared and discussed, and sometimes they're not explicitly shared and not discussed. And sometimes they are. Like right now, we're talking about that. And I guess, it was hard for me to hear, even if there was something sweet in the way you said it when you talked about trivial, the possibility of me leaving so quickly for something so trivial. You said, I'm saying this way for lack of a better way to say it. You saying that, and those words were sweet to hear from me. It was some kind of acknowledgement that you were doing your best to acknowledge your own experience, and knowing that there was possibly a better way to express things that would be more honoring everyone. That's how I heard it. I don't know if it was your intention, but that's what
Yeah, that's exactly right. I was searching for a word that wouldn't trigger you at the same time, that would also express the particularness of my experience.
Yeah, I believe you. And you also wrote it today in the Talking with Purpose group. And that's where I cried. When I read it.
What did I write?
What?
What did I write?
Let me check. I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna read it to you as you said it. You said, I wish I had an equally powerful way to express myself that didn't alienate Rémi.
Yeah.
And then you added, I guess I was feeling powerless and wanted to get some of that power back.
Mm.
I'm guessing you were referring to saying, I'm the leader of the group.
No, I was referring to the things that I said to you that caused you to say to me, fuck off, Ben.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I suppose it's true of being called the leader of the group as well.
Yeah. So I think you were, when I said fuck off, you were referring to saying I acted out and it has consequences, something like that.
Mm.
That's when I said fuck off, Ben, because I didn't want to be lectured. I didn't want you to play the teacher role. I didn't want you to be in a, I didn't want you to be in a position of telling me things I already knew in some way.
Yeah.
So that brings me back to the reasons why we think, leader is important or king is important or those kind of things. I realize that we may not find a way to create something that we both agree to live under the influence of. We might agree to you living in the UK and me living in France and having a space in between where we can meet. That wouldn't be your kingdom, that would be my, I don't know what is my ideal in terms of vision. I don't know how to call it. I'm still looking for it. I mean, yes, space for dialogue is the closest I can say.
Mm.
But I'm still glad we're talking, and I'm scared to be here talking. I'm scared. I have negative prediction. I'm going to be exhausted and super tired after we talk. I have a slight negative prediction that is less stronger than earlier, where I think, oh, we might get so tired that we got hurt again and say painful things again to each other, and we hang up, feeling upset. And I don't want that. I also want to find ways to express myself powerfully in a way that doesn't alienate you.
Mm.
And there's something that I want to stress, which is, I love that you feel empowered, and it's super sad and painful for me to imagine that I might have caused you to get a sense of losing that empowerment. It's very painful for me. That's not what I want.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that, Rémi. I was believing that that's what you were trying to do.
Yeah, I believe you that you were believing that, and I felt sad about it. I also believe something that you probably didn't mean, but I believe that you were wanting to kill me.
No, I didn't want to kill you.
When I left the group, out of misunderstanding of mine, I felt dead. And a part of me thought, oh, this is what you wanted. You get what you wanted. I didn't want it to be dead. So I tried to find ways to resuscitate. What's the word? Resuscitate.
Resuscitate.
What?
Resuscitate.
Resuscitate, yeah. And threatening was a desperate way to make myself clear that it was important for me to be alive and part of. And yeah, I was clumsy. But that's a bit of a judgment, but I mean that's a judgment. So I'm guessing what I mean is I'm aware that I did my best at that time. So it's like it's not as if I regret. I don't regret my intention trying to say what I meant, but I'm also acknowledging that I don't know. I'm mourning in some way that it wasn't as peaceful as I wish it was, and as clearly respecting to me and to you as I wish it was.
To be what you wish it was?
Respecting of your autonomy, respecting of you're entitled to be where you were. I was, for some reasons, struggling to make space for you being where you were, hesitating, not being sure you want me to back into the group because I wanted to be back so badly at this moment.
Yeah.
And I found another way to.
I just need to take a quick bathroom break, Rémi. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. How are you, Ben?
Yeah, I'm okay. I want to make progress with this leadership issue.
You want to make progress with this leadership issue?
Yeah. Or did you say something? Do I need to reflect what you said before I left?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Unless you want to make.
Yeah, I'm up for it. Do you want me to?
If it, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm open to you reflecting me if you want to.
Okay. No, I can't remember. Sorry, Rémi. Do you want to go? You look exhausted.
I am exhausted. I want to be heard for the fact I am feeling exhausted.
Yeah.
But it's not exactly that I want to go. I don't know what else to do with my life than having this conversation right now.
Mm.
And it sounds a little bit desperate and sad, but even if this is a bit what I feel, I don't see having this conversation as something sad and to be desperate about.
Mm.
It's just that I'm feeling sad and desperate and exhausted and tired in the same time that I'm valuing and appreciating this conversation.
You're feeling sad and desperate and exhausted and tired. You don't know where else you want to be with your life, and you're not feeling sad and exhausted and desperate and tired about this conversation.
Yes. I value this conversation.
You value this conversation.
I value this connection with you.
You value this connection with me.
Yeah, even if I'm still a tiny bit scared of you, what could happen, he said.
You're still a bit scared of losing the connection.
I'm still a little bit scared of experiencing pain.
You're scared of experiencing pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel pretty confident that we're going to stay connected now. I feel like I kind of got the attackingness out of my system. I don't feel
You can have got what out of your system?
the attacking out of my system.
Oh.
I don't feel the need to attack you anymore.
Was the attacking for defending something precious to you?
When I was attacking you before, I felt like this great pressure lifted off of me. It was like this pressure was squashing me, and it's like by attacking you, it was like just lifting this pressure off of me, and giving my body room to sort of like, pulsate with blood and breathe and grow.
Attacking me was alleviating a sense of huge pressure that you felt.
Yeah.
And do you know what this pressure was coming from?
It was coming from the feeling of being powerless in the group, of not really having any significant power in the group.
Hmm.
I thought you were trying to limit my power in the group.
Hmm. You thought I was trying to limit your power into the group, and you felt a huge pressure because you really want to feel powerful into this group.
Yeah. Because I'm using my power to do good things.
Because you're using, you know that you're using your power to do good things, and you want that to be acknowledged, seen, and appreciated.
Um,
Am I projecting, or is that what you mean?
yeah, I guess so. I guess that's about right, yeah. I guess I want that power to be respected because it's being put to good use.
Well, what I'm hearing is that you want to be seen noble in your intention.
Um,
And how you're using your power. You want to. What am I doing?
it's more like I want people to like, you know, treat the power that I have with respect. You know, treat it as something valuable because it's being put to good use.
So you want respect for how you use your power to contribute to enrich the group.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hmm. Hmm. And at some point, I seem to be defying and threatening the possibility of your power to be respected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for telling me. I'm taking that in.
Mm.
It was grief and sadness.
Mm.
Thanks, Ben, for being here with me with my grief.
Mm.
I don't. I think it's gonna. I have a prediction, which is not a negative one nor a positive one. It's just a prediction, neutral prediction that it's gonna take a little bit of time for me to fully integrate all this.
Mm. Yeah.
I guess for me, this topic of acknowledging the power of my brother and or my brothers and you in particular, without believing that it means I have less power myself. That is a touchy spot for me,
Yeah.
probably for many of us.
Yeah, I
But
can't relate to seeing somebody as really powerful and feeling kind of like inferior to them.
mm,
I feel a little bit that way towards Grace.
mm.
Yeah, I'm touched by you mourning because I'm getting the sense that you really value what I value as precious.
Appreciate you letting yourself be touched. Do you want to say more explicitly what you sense I value as you?
I guess I was thinking that you value me using my power constructively in the group.
Yeah, I do.
Although I feel like I've let myself down a little bit with this recent debacle with you.
With this recent what?
Debacle with you.
This recent what with me?
I said debacle.
Tobacco? What does it mean?
Debacle. It means conflict.
How do you spell it?
Debacle.
Debacle. Okay.
It doesn't actually mean conflict. It means like ordeal.
Catastrophe.
It's not as strong as catastrophe. It's more like a bit more playful than that.
Rolling down.
Yeah.
And you said I heard you say that you feel you have kind of let yourself down. Was that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Do you want to explore more that? I'm curious.
Well, I kind of I didn't consider Shifani very well, and her need for peace and her need for harmony.
And how how is not considering the need for peace of Shifani be kind of letting yourself down? Do you mean that it's important
Well,
for you to value what people value?
yeah, because as group leader, I'm trying to take everybody's concerns into account.
Ah. So it's like you have a sense that you at some level you fell to your standards.
Yeah,
Mm. So you're kind of mourning in somewhere there.
yeah.
Mm. I'm with you. I also failed to consider Shifani's needs for peace as much as I wish I had.
Mm.
And I'm sad. It's really painful actually to touch that.
Mm.
Thanks for sharing your grief, Ben. Make space for mine. I appreciate that.
It's not grief; it's more like disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, behind a disappointment, there's a need, and I'm guessing the need is grief.
But also, I'm thinking at the same time, it's natural for guys to get a bit rough with each other and to kind of roughhouse with each other a little bit. And there might be some value in that as a way of, it might be a natural part of conflict sometimes.
I think I agree with what I think I hear. Can I reflect and
Yeah, sure.
elaborate? I hear you say that you think it's kind of normal that men have conflicts and fights
Yeah.
to each other, and that there is some value in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I guess I see two parts in me. A part of me wants to say yes, but can it be more soft, please? And then there's another part that I think more joins more directly what you say, that, and which is, yeah, we do the best we can, and sometimes we need to confront, to feel resistances and shape and matter or energies, to really get a sense that we exist and that the other exists, and getting clear around what we want. That's how we learn.
Yeah.
And I think it's true that sometimes there is some kind of a injunction, a culture injunction that kind of says it's bad. You shouldn't do that,
Yeah.
Stop being bad boys, be grown up, stop fighting.
Yeah.
And that stinks. I mean, I don't think it's fair. I mean, there's needs there that I want to value, but it's difficult to be with sometimes. To be with those injunction for peace or for calm.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels like I'm scared that in saying that, Shifani or any other, especially woman, could feel offended by me saying that.
Yeah.
And I so much would like Shifani or woman in general to get the beauty of, I think, what we're trying to say, what we're saying, basically, the best of our abilities. As the men we are, you and I, and as men sometimes do. As nasty and as debacle-y it is sometimes.
Yeah.
How am I doing?
Debacle.
Debacle. Debacle-y.
You can't say debacle, no.
What?
You can't say debacle.
Oh, wow, it sounded nice. How would you say it then?
I'm not sure.
Well, you have to find a word if I can't say this word.
Okay, fine. You can say debacle, fine.
Okay, thank you.
But it's not correct.
What?
But it's not correct.
Yeah, but it makes meaning that what counts, that is what counts.
Sure.
And Shifani was talking about coining new words, so I think I'm joining her there. Anyway, Ben, I heard you said that you wanted to see some progress. I'm wondering if you have energy for saying more about that.
Well, I'm also thinking I should probably do some work, because I'm not sure how people feel about me taking like 2 hours away from work to talk to a friend, to talk to friends.
Okay. I'm okay to pause now.
Okay, cool. Let's pick this up again later.
Okay. Bye for now.
Okay, see you, Rémi.